Good morning. We're off for our 8th land visit. If all's gone well, there should be staircases to see today, and there may even be a few internal walls. It's been a really long week. I spent 2.5 days this week going through all our electrical plans, all our lighting plans, and that's taken a lot of time, a lot of effort. There seem to be hundreds of small decisions to make for these things, and I'm hoping today all that time and preparation pays off. The plans I've created mark out every electrical socket, switch, every outlet, anywhere there's electricity in the house. And to do that, I created a set of diagrams and plans that cover every single surface of the house. It's a bit of a Herculean task, but I hope these plans are going to save us a lot of time and effort explaining what we want. And by going through the decisions quietly by ourselves, we won't be flustered, and the language won't be quite as stressful as it normally, as it can be. It's meant creating very detailed plans of every surface of the interior of the house, which was something we hadn't done previously, and that took a lot of the time. But then laying out sockets, deciding every measurement from how far from each wall, how far from the floor, to figure out the rhythm of the house has been quite important. Sort of make everything feel consistent. Things like how far from each doorway a light switch is. That was quite difficult. Yeah. So let's hope that pays off today.
The train has been delayed, I think signalling. So we're sitting in this train station fairly early in our journey.
They're stuck.
Yeah. Just wanted an eventful train journey. Still here, still waiting, still raining. And we're moving.
Nous sommes arrêtés en pleine grande raison d'un signal fermé. Nous attendons l'ouverture du signal.
The train was ultimately delayed an hour and a half. We've rearranged our meeting so it's an hour later than expected. Given all our padding and buffering, we have a little under an hour to get the car and get to the land. We should be okay for this rearranged meeting time. Still, a bit more stressful than I'd like. Another Renault Clio today. Car I know. So, alerts have been good to us, very fast, very friendly. Let's go to the land. Okay, we've made it, we've got 10 minutes to spare. It really looks like a building site, lots and lots of vehicles.
Yeah, everyone is there.
When we visit normally there are no tradespeople on site and it's just us, the project manager and whoever we're meeting. Today there must be 6.
Yeah, 6 different vans.
So, yeah, let's go see what's happening. So a lot's happened. Let's go through some of the changes. The interior insulation of the walls is going in. That's what you can see behind me now. It's about an 11-12 centimetre thick piece of polystyrene with plasterboard on it. The interior staircase has gone in. That's great news. Makes it much easier to get about the house. The ceiling has gone in. That's great to see. That makes a big difference. You can really get a feel for how big or small the spaces are. Looks good. They've ramped up the earth in front of the front door. Now we can actually walk through the front door without going into a chasm. The waterproofing outside for the French drain is now complete, which is what's allowed them to put the soil up against the house. They've added some temporary gutters to help to keep the water away from the building until the proper gutters are in place. It's holiday season now, so the house is going to be locked up and only worked on occasionally for about a month. So these sort of extra steps are helpful in keeping everything nice. Downstairs they have put in tubing for the electrics and the telephone. The ventilation points are in as well. These are two holes that provide a bit of airflow down in the basement. They're good to see. Thank you for your comments. Thank you, Elizabeth. I think you're right. It's a walnut tree. I think Megan's just found walnuts on the ground.
A friend suggested this might be a walnut tree, and look what I've just found on the ground. Walnuts.
Seeing it like this makes the desire to want to move in just stronger and stronger. It's not ready, it's not going to be ready for months, it's not going to be ready until sometime next year, but that doesn't mean I don't want to move in today. We have a lot of work to do for our garden, but that is something for another day. And we're done. Thanks, sheep. Some of the progress I expected, not all by any means. I'm glad to see the interior staircase.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
That just makes moving around the property easier. Nice to see the insulation going in.
Yeah.
Good to sort of go over our page and a half of questions for the electrician. We've got most of the answers we want. We got to see some of the sample cable, which I wanted. He went to some length for that. Otherwise, yeah, good visit. Kind of sad to be leaving.